Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello everybody, and welcome to an episode of Roaming Disney. Today we're going to talk about things that Disney changed, probably for the better, because there's been some weird things and some not so weird things that Disney has changed for the better. So let's hop on in and talk about them. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Aladdin's Oasis. Honestly, thank goodness they got rid of it because it was a barren area just for a character meet and greet. But now it's the Tropic Hideaway, which is fantastic. You get Dole Whips, you get treats, all sorts of different things. Aladdin's Oasis got abandoned for almost a good 10 years, I would say, if not more. Just nothingness. A good character meet and greet for Aladdin characters, but that's not that fun when you can't have a Dole Whip, Tiki Room birds, and we finally got to figure out what happened to Rosita. She's supposed to be hanging out there, and apparently all her luggage is out there too, just waiting to go into the Tiki Room. But I think it's like a fantastic blend of the Jungle Cruise, Tiki Room. It combines the stories very well together. So probably one of my all-time favorite changes is they got rid of something that they weren't using and turned into a wonderful area that is very popular now. And honestly, Adventureland needed it.
Did you all see that strange shop across the way from here? It is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. I dare say it was bizarre. Oh, Rosita, you still have it.
Alice in Wonderland. Now, this is part of the whole Fantasyland update that they've been doing, but Alice in Wonderland was the first thing to kind of show us that it's okay to update these classic rides and show how beautiful they are. Now that they got all these fantastic effects in it, but also keeping the classic Disney, it's probably one of my favorite things. They did the Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, but overall the Fantasyland update that they've been doing has been great. My favorite is just the mix of almost the cartoon with the ride, actually being able to see Alice and not be confused that you're supposed to be the character. When people first started going to the parks, they were very confused asking where the characters are, but now that they're in the ride, we can see them. The Tower of Terror to Guardians of the Galaxy is probably one of the best updates that they did in DCA. I mean, I love Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is probably one of my all-time favorite rides, but the DCA one was lacking some. So finally, we got a lot more fun, better energy, honestly. Like, there's not the spookiness vibe that's happening, but the energy on there, like, it's like a party that you go on every single time. And getting the random different rides, it makes it a million times better, and not getting the same ride over and over and over. And of course, you can see Figment on this ride, and all the old Yeti on there. Like, who doesn't love seeing Figment in the Yeti? And you get a really good soundtrack. Like, honestly, probably one of the best soundtracks in the whole park. Like, who doesn't like dancing while you're falling from the sky? Great times. Let's talk about the Pirates of the Caribbean changes. Honestly, the chase scene between the women and the pirates, probably it was better that they got rid of the pirates chasing the women, and especially the poop pirate. If you haven't heard anything of what he said, here's a little clip.
It's sore I be to hoist me colours on the likes of that shy little wench. I be willing to share, I be.
Yeah, probably not best that that's in there anymore, because I think there'd be a couple more complaints. And also having the women chase the pirates or them chasing food was much better than them chasing it around. But that poop pirate still makes me uncomfortable to this day.
I be willing to share, I be.
And I also like the change that they did to Red. I know a lot of people like the redhead scene, but I kind of like Red being a cool, kicking butt type character because she's just so cool looking now, and she wants to share rum with everyone. Who can argue with that? We all want some rum. Now, probably the only thing I don't like is all the Johnny Depp characters in it. I mean, I'm not opposed to the Pirates of the Caribbean, but movies in it, but I will say, the soundtrack though, real good. The soundtrack is so, it helps the whole vibe of the ride much better than just very quiet cannon shots. You get that cool sit down track once you hit the fight scene. So I'll take what I can get from it. But Johnny Depp, Poop Pirate, thank goodness. Indiana Jones is probably one of the better things that keeps getting updated, like to this day, because it keeps breaking. Because it has had a lot of problems over the year and technology just doesn't hold up all the time. But it keeps getting better. Such as the Doors of Faith. Like, those projections on them are so cool. Like, I love it, and we don't have to deal with the ride breaking every 10 minutes either, that they're trying to revolve the track. And if you don't know how that worked, pretty much they would have this huge room that would move all the way around while you choose the face, and then the lighting would change for whatever. You would go on the same track. But it just kept breaking. I mean, Indiana Jones keeps breaking to this day, but it kept breaking. So they decided, let's just do some projection on it. And it looks so good, especially when you go in the chamber and the face looks at you and gets upset. Ooh, it still gives me chills to this day. And my number one change that Disney has done is Disneyland's California Adventure, all in general, because honestly, that park was rough to start with. I mean, can we just talk about? Yeah, that was a problem. But honestly, taking it from the postcard picture and making it feel like you're going back in time honestly changed that whole park. And the Disney to the park, honestly. And the Pixar area, I mean, I'm excited for Marvel Land. I mean, Bugs Land was okay, but Marvel Land's going to be fantastic. I mean, there is some updates that are kind of confusing, like the Little Mermaid ride. I feel like they just threw that in there because they didn't know what to put in there. And also with the Monsters Incorporated, but we're very grateful for Monsters Incorporated, don't get me wrong, because knowing what used to be there, no one wants to think about that. Alright, that will do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is very different for me to try to do this type of video, but I hope you like it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. What are some things that you like that Disney's changed? Because they've been doing a lot of changes recently. One of my favorite things they're doing right now is the Tomorrowland update, because it needs it. No more French fry rocks. We did not want any more French fry rocks. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see where we decide to roam and wander next.